So who's been kind of like your inspiration for making music then?
Shit, man, like I'm not gonna lie, it's that guy right there sitting next to you. Like,
Wow, really?
yeah, that man, like man, I don't even know. Like, I don't really know what to say. He really like changed the game for me at least, just by like saying like, bro, you got it. Cause a lot of people was like on some weird fake shit, but like he was like, you got it. Like,
Yeah.
on some real shit too. Like he wasn't being fake or anything. He was like, bro, you can be good with this. Like, just keep going. So I just kept going.
But CJ's like, he's helped us a ton. Like, we wouldn't be anywhere close to where we're at right now if it wasn't for this dude. So definitely, we got to give you your flowers always.
Appreciate it,
And that's
bro.
why we always try to.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate you, bro.
We busy, 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 we busy. That bitch so pretty, got a mean girl just like Lindsay. Said she fucking with me, making drives across the city. Swear this shit can get too litty. Pushing be like Diddy, you ain't B-boy, who you kidding? At the top, I see you there. In LA, I see you there. At the space, I see you there. Since the state, I see you there. I know y'all go crazy, y'all be turning up in the square. Take another pill and we get turned up just by anywhere. Hit you in and say yeah, just to see if there's a feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boys over at PCT. I am your co-host, CJ, here with the one and only Zachariah over there. And we have two very special guests. We got ZD to my right.
What's up?
If y'all watch our Three-Man Weaves, you'll see him in there. And also, if you watch Three-Man Weave as well, you'll also see our other guest, which is
The main
ThirdEyeSy. This is actually his pod. So welcome, boys. How are y'all doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I'm just here. I'm showing up. That's really it.
If y'all are, thank you for everyone that's been watching and supporting the boys. Really do appreciate it. Go follow us on all social medias. You know, we're getting active on IG, Twitter, everything, and even YouTube. Like, we've been trying to post a lot of shorts and stuff like that. TikTok, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, go follow us on and then go follow Three-Man Weave as well and everything. I'll have everything in the description.
We also have a Fast Lane dropping really soon.
Yeah,
this week.
by the time, this will
By
be
the
out.
time this comes out.
Yeah, it'll already be out.
Yeah,
So
true.
shout out to Alex, and then we'll have shorts of those so people kind of see what those are. Because I mean, I feel like that's the thing that, like, you know, I've been trying to say, it's like, when you don't post like shorter form content, like, there's some people that don't watch videos, like it's just not what they do. So you kind of have to put it in front of their face, and that's kind of always been what I've been wanting to do. But shout out to everybody. We haven't been doing a lot of like actual guest podcasts, so I think this is our second one in a while. I think Johnny, shout out to Johnny, that was our first one in like a couple months, and then now this is next one. But yeah, no, I wanted to get Sai on just to kind of chop it up. You know, you've kind of been helping ZD and I with Three-Man Weave, so just, you know, kind of wanted to be able to sit down, kind of show our audience who you are and what is it that you actually do, you know. But I guess we could just kind of start from the beginning, bro. Like, kind of give us a little background of like who is Sai.
Yeah.
I mean, Sai or Isaac. I would say like,
Damn.
That's true.
Really a little background. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Land.
The land.
I was born there and raised, basically. I got here when I was 15 to Texas, Austin, Texas. But I was really a sports guy. I've always liked music. I guess like I've always listened to music, but I never really thought I was gonna be like an artist or anything at the point where I was at when I was younger. I just really enjoyed music. But I played football, basketball, baseball. I was in all that shit, but other than that, like, it was when I got here, I really started getting deep into some music, I guess you could say. I started getting into some shit, but yeah, we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah, I guess, okay. So you said, you know, sports was a huge part of your life. Like, how did you kind of get into sports, and like, what was your favorite
sport?
Honestly, I got into sports mainly because it was a way to express myself in a way. Like, I always felt like I had like these tensions built up inside of me, And maybe the way that I felt it was able to be expressed was like through football was definitely like the contact. I love that shit. Like,
really?
Yeah, hitting niggas and shit, like getting hit. I love it, bro. Like, I was in love with that.
What
shit,
position
bro.
did you play?
I played running back
wow.
for a fat minute. Like my whole, like I want to say, even when I played in flag football, I was a running back.
So, what age did you get into football? Would you say?
I would say I got into it when I was like 6.
Okay.
Yeah, they put me in there when I was 6.
Okay, for sure.
So
Interesting.
did you take any breaks, or did you just like from like 6 years old, you just like kept playing?
All the way through. Like
Man.
to like, I want to say like I broke my arm in middle school, and I think that was in my 7th grade year or my 8th grade year, and then I moved here, and I didn't even really want to play football like that when I got here. So like I was
it too hot or like
no.
You're like,
It's
nah,
hot,
screw
bro.
this.
It's definitely hot.
in
I know,
Texas.
it's
Like
hot as
I had
hell.
dreads. I'm not gonna lie to you. My dreads like went down to here, but
Really?
I cut them off because I thought it was gonna be like stupid hot here, but it wasn't really that hot. Like it was whatever. I should have kept them
Low key.
But nah, bro. I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't really care for the sport that much anymore at that point, like at all.
So you said when you first moved down here to Austin, that's when you really started to get into music. Was that always something that was a part of your life, or was that like coming to like a new, like this area? Because I feel like a lot of people are kind of wanting to make music. Like even in high school, you know, you might have a couple friends that make music, but or like what was the
inspiration
for you wanting to like really lock in with the music?
Honestly, for me to like lock in with it to start making it, it started when I was freestyling. Actually, I was like with my boy EJ. And we was just like bullshitting, like we would just be in the room, just like talking mess or whatever. And I'd just be saying to myself, I'm like, dang man, like I low key sound somewhat good, even though I sounded butt cheeks. I was like, I low key sound somewhat good, like I could do something with this. But then I was like, and nah, and then we just kept freestyling through like all of like I want to say sophomore. It was like sophomore and then the summer. And after that, like I came to Vandergrift, and it was just like I was still buns at making music, so I couldn't tell. I didn't want to tell anybody or show it really, so I just kept it like on a low. I really just started like going to make more from there. I got deeper and deeper into it as like time went on.
So who's been kind of like your inspiration for making music then?
Shit, man, like I'm not gonna lie, it's that guy right there sitting next to you. Like,
Wow, really?
Yeah, that man, like man, I don't even know. Like I don't really know what to say. He really like changed the game for me at least. Just by like saying like, bro, you got it. Cause a lot of people was like on some weird fake shit, but like he was like, you got it. Like on some real shit too. Like he wasn't being fake or anything. He was like, bro, you can be good with this. Like just keep going. So I just kept going.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what made you like? Obviously, you know, it may not have been the best music, but like, what kind of like made you want to tell him that? Like, you know, because I feel like that is what people need to hear sometimes.
Honestly, for me, it was like just real. Like for me, it's not really about like the quality of music. For me, it's like having that light inside of you. For me, like that's kind of, you know, how I kind of view people like in that light, I guess, in that regard.
Yeah.
Like, because that was a few years ago, honestly. Because honestly, like probably before he met me, he probably had some other different musical inspirations. I'm sure, you know, all the classic ones and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when he put up on me and he showed some of his music to me, I kind of I saw the light, bro. I saw it was real. Like again, I just saw that he could do it, and that's why I told him, I was like, damn, bro, like you could really do something with this. Like I don't know if anybody's ever told you, but like you really could do it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that far away. Like it's pretty easy to, because you already got it. You already have like the hardest part, which is like where it's kind of in your heart already. But you know, some people gotta like learn how to do it, and then some people are just kind of born to do it. And so Sai was kind of born to do it.
Hey, hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, it's just like the type of person you are. Like you really mean that shit.
Yeah,
too, you know?
dude. No, 100%.
And like you're like straight up with people, and like I said, I think that is what people like need to hear.
Yeah,
sometimes.
bro, for sure.
Because like it's like you make music and you don't really want to show people because like you don't want to like have them talk shit about you or whatever, you know what I mean? But like when someone actually is genuine with the way, like, bro, like you can do that shit, bro.
Yeah,
you know what
like
I'm
you
saying?
can really
Like,
go for it.
Yeah, like go out there and do it because like I was saying, bro, like do what you love.
Yeah.
Regardless of what people think, because at the end of the day, like you got to believe in yourself.
Yeah,
you
bro,
know, and that's
for
where it
sure.
starts. But going back more into who you are, Sai or Isaac. I guess like music wise, whenever you first got here, like what were you into? Like what were you listening to? I guess as like a younger kid.
Shit, I was listening to that I was listening to like 21 Guns, Green Day.
Really?
Yeah, like I was listening to Usher. I was listening to like all kinds of stuff, honestly. I was all around. I like to also listen to a lot of like, you know that one song by Justin Bieber, I think it's called You. It's like some get back to you, like, and it has like all those beats and shit. Like I listen
Yeah.
to a lot of like rave music, I guess you can call it.
Okay.
Like I like sounds and
Yeah,
stuff.
so you're like, I mean, obviously I've heard some of your music, and if y'all haven't, go check it out. I'll put it in this description, but
course.
it's just very like versatile. And I told you that whenever you were showing me like some unreleased stuff
Right.
and like or like just older songs, you're like, yeah, this is like this is me, and I was like, or I'll be like, who is that? You're like, oh, bro, this is me, and I'm like, for real, like that sounds nothing like what you just showed me, and that isn't a bad thing, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a good thing because he is himself, you know, like he has his own sound. There's a lot of people that try to mimic other people's sounds, so it's hard for them to like, oh yeah, that's Sai, you know what I mean?
Right,
But
right.
like you, like I don't have like if someone asked me like, oh, what do you sound like? I wouldn't be able to put my finger on it, you know.
Yeah,
I would
I
literally say,
appreciate
oh, like bro,
that.
like he kind of like just sounds like he's Sai, like
Yeah.
he's pretty versatile, and I can see that like you've kind of drew inspiration from like those like indie music or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
rap music or
Yeah.
whatever, so like it's cool to see that because like you are kind of like a sponge, like you are like what you
Yeah,
like
bro.
like listen to and
I
like what
agree
you
with that.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
for
it's
sure.
dope, yeah.
You're
bro.
a product of your environment.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
And like it's dope to see that like your music is also like that,
Yeah, making music now, because like I mean, you made stuff just recently, and it don't sound like stuff that you were making a few years ago. How would you say that you've changed your music over the last few years now that you've kind of gotten deep into it? Because now we've established that you're deep into it. So how would you say that it's changed, like from when you first got into it to when it is today?
I would say that honestly, the way that I made my music then was kind of just like just everywhere. Now it's more so like I'm trying to actually paint a picture like what's going on in my life. I'm trying to really like make sure people can like visualize like what I'm speaking about instead of it just being gibberish. Cause I feel like a lot of music nowadays, and like even the stuff I was making then was kind of just me talking or whatever. But now it's like when we say like deep or like understanding more so, or like the creation of it, the art, that's really like what it is. It's like being able to like paint that picture and being able to have people see it like seriously, like in front of their face, like through the sound. So yeah.
No, for sure. I was gonna say, like, for me personally, I've seen you, like really take the time to do the 10,000 hours, because it's really hard to do the music shit. If you guys don't know, like, there's a lot of independent artists, I mean, out there, not just Sai, there's millions of other artists, brilliant other artists that grind really hard, and it takes a lot of hours to get good at their craft. I've definitely seen you, though, personally, like, take the time out of your day to, read the dictionary, do crazy shit like that, work on your structure, work on choruses, bridges, bro. So I definitely see it, bro. Like a lot of kids are getting put on now. So for me, it's been dope because obviously, when you came to the A, I mean, I'm sure like kids didn't really know when you were at Vandy that you were into the music shit outside of Lou. And you were kind of cooking up over there with Wyatt and all those other kids. But when you came over to me, bro, I was like I said, I saw the light. I was like, damn, bro, like this kid, he's got to get in the studio, bro. So it's good. It's good to see that you're here, bro.
That's
like
fine,
you're really
bro.
in this bitch, and it's nice to see that you're in this spot. Like I really appreciate, you giving them this opportunity,
Oh,
bro,
bro,
for
anytime.
sure. But yeah, like outside of that, I've just seen you grow so much. So for sure. You know, keep putting in that
Appreciate
10,000 hours, dog, for
appreciate
sure.
that.
So going back to what he was saying about you reading the dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I got hung up on it too. I was like,
Is
hold on.
that do you really do that?
Yeah, like I haven't read it like from the like front to back, but like I would be in there sourcing through words. Like that's how I've been able to actually like make my music pop out more, like make it more
hell yeah.
3D, I would say. Like, cause I couldn't just have like these generic words always in my music. That's how I felt. So I had to go through that shit.
That's fire.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you would recommend people like if they're
Hell
wanting
yeah!
to
If
be
you're
an
trying to
artist-
make music, honestly, that should be the first damn thing you do. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, like,
I
get on
shoulda-
Rhyme Zone.
I should have did that when I first started, but like, I didn't know that. But I'm telling y'all, if y'all really want to get into some music and like rap and stuff, like, you know, pay attention to certain people like J. Cole, Jay-Z, like all those Eminem, just certain people. Like, I guarantee you, they're in the dictionary. Like, they weren't just having these words come out the side of their ass.
Yeah, no, for sure. They
So,
were
yeah.
definitely in there.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's something that like I didn't even think about. You know, like you have to kind of have
Yeah, bro. A
abundance
level of
of
understanding.
words, you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, and like, honestly, another cool part is like, you got to surround yourself with the right people to like give you that information. Like, you want to be around people that are smarter than you, that are using bigger
Right.
words and that are using bigger phrases and stuff like that. That's all going to like tighten up your music game if you want to get into that. But that's personally what I've learned. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what he's been doing. So it's sick, bro, for sure.
So going from like talking about you reading a dictionary and stuff like that, what's your like music making process like for lyrics wise, maybe production, stuff like that for you?
You don't got to share too much if you don't want.
Yeah,
I would say like really I just sit down in my room and I just think. Really, like I just sit there and think, and then I process how I feel and what's going on in my head, and then I get into it.
Is that like after you choose the beat or what?
Honestly, like I don't even really be always just choosing beats. I just be like writing how I feel.
Do you like physically write or
Yeah, like I be writing in like in my
notes and
notepad,
shit?
like in my notes. Yeah, like honestly, writing is really like that should be feeling good. Like I don't know, like when you write out a song, pen to paper. Like even though we have all these phones and shit nowadays, like it feels nice to actually just like put the phone up and really just go through my brain.
I feel you, bro. Like I mean, obviously y'all know, but like I like to write like timestamps and stuff. So like
Yeah.
obviously I could do that on a laptop, but like
sure.
something
Right.
about writing and like looking back at it, it's like
Yeah.
I could go through these older pages and see
Yeah.
like how I've like progressed and I don't know. Like I feel like it's
It's-
more so with
yeah.
you as well. Like let's see what I was like talking about earlier this
Right,
year.
right.
Like if you have like a notebook like that, you know. So
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy to think.
Kind of piggybacking off what Zach said, I was gonna say like about the process. Were you always in the studio, or were you recording
Nah.
yourself, or how did you progress through that?
Like honestly, like that's crazy because I wasn't always in the studio. Like I actually started making music on my iPhone. Like I had like this app called BandLab. So that's how
Yeah.
I was actually making my music. I had BandLab and some Apple headphones. Like and I was in my closet trying to cancel out sound. That was it.
For sure. And how did that progress to like where you are now? Would you say like, you know, are you still doing that, or are you in the studio now? You getting to it?
So I just really go to like I had to level up. Like I be
okay.
in the studio now. Like I go to the studio where my stuff gets produced for real.
Okay, for sure.
So like I can't even like I could go back and make some music at home, but like the quality wise, it's not gonna give that same like to it.
For sure. Would you still say like suggest kids use that as like practice and then go to the studio, or would you say like, because I remember like for me personally, I haven't always had the money. And that's kind of really what it's about. It's like sometimes you don't have the bread to get those resources, and it's like you got to use what you got. I remember for me personally, like I bought a mic, like an interface, some of those
Yeah.
things. So would you see?
Even-
What's up?
Yeah, I was about to say even that too as well. Cause I was in my closet. Even like I asked Z, could I use his interface? I had a mic that I had got from Christmas, and I didn't have the funds to go to the studio, so I was actually just in my closet making music as well. So honestly, you got to just do what you got to do. If you
Yeah,
really,
you got to use what you got.
Yeah,
What you
yeah.
got. Hey,
If
bro,
you
that's
love
like,
that,
that's like low key my motto, bro. That's like our motto at least. Like
you gotta
you know?
get it how you get it. Cause
Yeah.
honestly, sometimes you ain't got all those luxury things.
Yeah, that's more of what
the
I wanted
money,
to get.
right?
Yeah.
So
Facts.
yeah,
Because it's been hard. It's been hard.
It's been long days. Like it's been very, very long days where we had to pinch up some money together just to get into the studio.
For
So
sure.
like yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah,
bro.
bro. Like you're saying, that's kind of the motto to live by. I feel
Yeah.
like it's like if you want to be an entrepreneur in any way, shape, or form, you kind of gotta use what you got, because you're not gonna be given. I mean, unless you're just blessed, all the resources in the world to really start that type of journey. So it's pretty cool that you grinded through that, man, and you're staying true to yourself. It's awesome to hear.
So what was like your technique for like canceling out sound being in a closet? Like,
Shit. I would be
like you have siblings, I would assume, right? Or,
Yeah, like it'd be interesting. I'm not gonna lie, this is where like it gets interesting. Like, yeah, I have siblings and the house can be loud and stuff, just like people walking around doing their thing. But I would wait till everybody fell asleep at night. And then like when everybody went to sleep, that's when I would like go into my closet and then like I would get the headphones and cover it up like with my hand like this, and I'd just be like rapping or singing, whatever it was.
Really?
But I would try to be quiet so I didn't wake
Yeah, I was just
people
about to say,
up.
like, your family's sleeping. I would assume you don't want them, like,
Yeah, 'cause
you can't probably give the energy.
Nah,
you want.
and that was
yeah.
the thing. Like I couldn't give the energy, and I couldn't always say what I wanted because I didn't want them to know what was really going on in my head. So I didn't want to like talk about that shit out loud. But like that's why I would wait till they went to sleep, because I knew that they wouldn't be able to consciously actually hear what was being said.
I'm hearing this and
That's
like
smart.
when he's telling me this part, like I'm thinking like the whole like 21 Savage like thing where he's like whispering through the whole song. He's like, y'all thought I was gonna whisper the whole time. I was like literally, you telling me this, I'm just like picturing that.
Yeah,
But,
nah. Sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah, I was like, gotta start somewhere.
For sure.
Got it.
the thing.
It's like not really about like what you have. It's about like you said, like what he has inside. Like if you really want to do this and be successful with it, like you're gonna put in the hours, you know,
Yeah.
regardless of the equipment you have. Like,
Exactly.
Of course, like we all want to have the nicest stuff, but realistically, like if we're not even using it, like what does that mean?
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
bro.
You gotta put it out there, put it out to
Even
the world.
actually, if we can even go back before the headphone jacks and before the headphone jack and the band lab. I was actually on Vim, whatever, what is it called? You know, the voice recording,
Voice memos.
voice memos. Yeah, I would be on
Really?
that and on YouTube at the same time. So I'd be recording like my sound and then like having the beat play off my TV. So like that's how I was making my music.
Wow, you're in the mud for
that's
real. That's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh wow! See,
That's
like,
what it takes,
No,
bro.
and that's how I know like this. Like you want this, you know. Like a kid that actually wants to make music isn't gonna do that.
Nah.
They're gonna be like, oh no, like I'm gonna wait to like get this equipment and kind of like push it off, you know. Like everyone kind of uses excuses. Like, nah, if you want that, like
You
you're
gotta
gonna go out
get
there and
to
get
it.
it. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta get to it.
And
I was raised in a place where like you had to get to it. Like there was my grandfather, my other grandfathers, like they always told me like you gotta hustle, like period. You gotta hustle, like, and I didn't really know what they meant, but I had hustle in me regardless. Like even if I didn't know what that meant, so I was always like trying to get some, do something. But when I found that music, I was hustling without even realizing it.
What's going on, you guys? Thanks for watching PCT. It's got a little ad break coming for you guys. Sorry about that, but it don't matter. Today we're staying hydrated with Liquid IV. I've been using it after workouts, before workouts. Recently, it's a great alternative to regular hydration, as that it's essentially flavored and it's very good for your hydration, man. You get essentially 2 times the amount that it would just be if it was regular water alone. It's a category-winning hydration brand, fueling your well-being, and it's a hydration multiplier in one product that I think you're missing in your daily routine. If you guys want to check out liquidiv.com and use our code PCD, definitely use that. I think you get 20% off the entire store. So definitely check that out. It's at liquidiv.com. We'll put it in the description, and then it's code PCT. That's 20% off anything you order. So definitely go check that out. And just get better hydration, man. Of course, we all love water. Who doesn't love water? So if you're going to have water, why not make it flavored a little bit? Get 2 times the hydration for it in 16 ounces. So definitely go check Liquid IV out, man. 3 man.
So I guess piggybacking off of what we were talking about, like we were saying, or like I was saying off camera, like I more so know you as like Isaac, I guess,
Right.
but like you go by Psy, but like music wise, like I didn't really even know like your catalog and stuff
Right.
like that prior to meeting you. So I guess once I started to talk to you, you started showing me music, but obviously we were chopping it up just as boys, and it's cool seeing like what you have going on with ATD, you as well, ZD. Shout out to the boys over there, but I kind of want to get more into that. So you and ZD are obviously boys, and ATD is kind of like a collective that y'all are trying to bring up. Like, what is that to you, and what made you want to be a part of it and help ZD out with that whole business?
ATD to me is like, that's family, in my opinion. That's how I feel. And honestly, I've been rocking with Z since day one. So when he put the vision in front of me, I couldn't do anything but say, let's go. Like, bet. Because I could see it. I saw what he saw. So I didn't see why we wouldn't go in and just get it done.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming there's obviously the other
Yeah, I
side
was
to the
gonna say-
story. Like, what was kind of like, what made you want to have him be a part of ATD?
Yeah, I was going to say, for me, of course I want him to be a part of it because he's my brother, but
Yeah.
it's just the mentality, bro. Like, for me, like, I need somebody like that on my team. Like, I feel like I need Isaac, bro. Like, I need Sai to be a part of my life. So any vision that I got, of course, I want him to be a part of it. But yeah, bro, I just think, like, honestly, this is another thing, too, I think that was interesting because I'm an artist as well. I saw this vision as, like, another way to also help that, if that makes sense. Because, like, yes, you got, Sai makes music and everything, and like, but I also think he's more than that, and that's kind of like something that he wanted to do with this project, I guess you could say. I mean, you can get into that if you want. I mean,
I was gonna say, I'm assuming that's probably how you felt. Like,
Yeah.
you wanted to show people, I make music and I'm pretty good at it, but like this is the other side of
can
me.
do other
I could do other
Right.
Yeah, so
That just goes off of that. That just goes off of that Jay-Z mentality. I be looking at Jay-Z a lot. Like when I see him and shit, I be thinking about like people that are not just artists, like they're businessmen. Cause I'm a businessman. Like that's how I see.
I'm a
that's how I
businessman.
see
I'm
it.
not a businessman.
Yeah, like
thanks.
like I see life through in my lenses. I see life as like happening as like a business operation. Like things operate in business in my head. So like I just had to actually start learning more of the business side because I'm already creative, but I wasn't like really into what went on the business side. But I knew I was a businessman because down my line of like the family people, like the people I have in my family, they're all like entrepreneurs. They did it on their own and they got up. Especially like my great grandfather. Like shout out to him because he was a dog.
Really?
Yeah, he was a dog.
I was gonna ask real quick. You brought up Jay-Z a couple times now,
yeah.
and I gotta ask a question. You taking the 10,000? You taking that dinner with Jay-Z?
Bro, I'm taking a dinner with Jay-Z.
Okay.
Like I'm taking knowledge over money any day. Cause then I can go and get the money after that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, that was my quick question. I was
No,
gonna
yeah,
ask.
that's free game right
Yeah.
there.
That's free
Definitely
game.
take the knowledge over the money. Like if you don't know that, definitely anytime it's information over money, like that's the
Just
don't
don't be lazy, I
Yeah.
would say. Like I think a lot of people are honestly always trying to take a shortcut, but if you really just take the time to learn the information, you can get to some money.
Yep, and that's kind of my next my next thing we could get into is like there's a creative side, but then there's a business side, and I feel like that's what me and Sai were lacking earlier in our careers. You can say is that business mentality, and that's kind of another thing, like another reason why the ATownDown project is so cool for us because we do get to work on like being the business person and working on that side and knowing those things and what goes on with that. And like, again, that's something for like all creators. If you want to be creative, that's dope. But there's like a whole nother side to it, man. And honestly, like this dude helped us a lot. But yeah, just knowing.
I'm honored, bro.
Yeah,
I'm glad
for
I
sure.
could help y'all.
Yeah, for sure. But just knowing that there's like two different sides, I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, because like I don't think a lot of people think about it either. They think, like y'all just make videos, y'all are Like, bro, it's so much more deeper than
Yeah, it
that.
gets
Like,
deep.
you have no idea. Like, there's little things that like people just automatically assume. Like, oh, and like I see it on Twitter all the time, bro. It's like, oh, they need to get rid of like cameras or they need to like not have everyone be able to get cameras and mics and shit. It's like, bro, at least they're doing that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
for
I
real.
don't know. Like, of course, like you're not gonna agree with everybody, and they're gonna have some say some stupid shit, but like at least they're doing it. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's some stuff that obviously you don't want. Like, not everyone should, but like, I mean, if they're actually doing it, obviously it means something to them. Like, it's not just like. Not everybody is doing a podcast. Or
Yeah,
not
for
everyone's
sure.
creating content.
And
Like,
Yeah.
That's another thing too. Is like you also gotta have that skill, like just in general as a person, to like recognize whenever someone's like actually saying that, or they're just saying that just to get the attention for it. Because
Right.
like half these podcasts, I'm not gonna lie, they're gonna say some stuff, and people are like, "Oh wow, like that's really stupid." Like who says that? Like literally, that's like probably the 0.1% of the population that like agrees with them. And it's like. Maybe that person doesn't even believe what they're saying. Like they're just saying it just to get the attention.
I mean,
kind of
shit,
thing.
it's really what like sports media is.
Yeah.
Like Skip Bayless, like he is forever that guy that like doesn't fuck with LeBron. Like, you know what I mean? And then that is not. I wouldn't say that's his only thing that has made him successful in his career, but like that's what he's known for.
Speaking of sports, bro, who are some of your favorite sports teams? 30. That's a good question. I feel like,
My favorite sports teams are the Cleveland Cavaliers.
There you go.
The Cleveland Browns, the Indians, which they call
All
the
is it all
Guardians
land
now.
stuff?
Yeah,
All
it's
the land.
So
land.
why is it those teams for you? Not just I'm
Because
sure
you're
it's
born
because of your
there.
hometown,
Yeah.
but it's got to be some memories
Has to
tied to
mean
that.
something.
I went to a Browns game. I've went to a baseball game for the Guardians, and I've also went to a Cavs game one time.
Was it when Braun was there?
Nah, actually, I don't even think. Oh fuck no! I didn't even go to the game. I went to like see it on like the TV type shit. So like I've always seen like it was like I don't know what they call them. It was like a party type of
Oh, like a watch
yeah.
party type
Yeah,
shit?
yeah,
Okay.
but-
yeah, those are fun.
But like basically,
Those are real, yeah.
I've always
Yeah,
just
for sure.
wanted to see the Cavs play in person. I got to see the Spurs play in person before I seen the Cavs play. I just never really like thought about that stuff honestly. As I was growing up, I never was like, oh shit, like I want to just go see these guys play until like I started getting older, but then like money started getting tighter, so things got different.
For
Facts.
sure.
If money was an object, like what game would you go see? Like, with that being said,
I'll go see the Browns play, even if they losing.
So,
really,
like-
this year if we went to go see the Browns,
Yeah, like I would go see the Browns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that like out of all the teams from Cleveland, that's the team like you rock with the most?
Yeah, like I would go see the Browns. Like
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll go
Interesting.
see football.
that's cool. I didn't know that.
Good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew you liked football. I didn't know you loved the Browns like that though.
Yeah, like yeah.
No, that's cool. Like the Browns are like, if you like the Browns, bro, like that says a lot.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know,
guys-
like
You're loyal to the soil for real.
There was a guy. I'm trying to remember his name. I think his number was 44. It was like way back in the day, like way back. That's like when they were actually winning. Like they won, I think actually, but like I was watching him.
You talking about Peyton Hillis? The running back, bro?
Who was the guy that had a
White
bloody? Nah, he actually had a nosebleed, and he ended up dying from like something internally. But he was a hard ass player from the Browns, and I was watching him, and I was like, oh, he's hard. Like I don't know, I'm deep. Like when it comes to the roots of Cleveland, I'm stuck there.
That's fire, though.
Yeah, like I mean, you got to be like,
I guess, I mean, we didn't even talk about it. Like, growing up in Cleveland, like, how was that? Like,
yeah.
Shit, bro. Like honestly, it was like for me, it was a movie because I had different lives. Like
what do you mean by that?
Man,
I lived different stories. Like
Oh.
I lived in a lot of like in the shadows, and then I lived in the light. So I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into
For
it.
sure,
Yeah,
man.
for
If
sure.
you don't want to talk about it, I was just curious.
yeah,
But yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
So-
he is doing some shit.
let me ask you this then: Austin or Cleveland?
Shit, Austin all the way.
Really?
I mean, Cleveland's where I'm from, and I love my hometown, but it ain't shit to do there. Like, and I wouldn't have probably got to where I got to today if I was there. Like, me being here is why I'm here.
You think you would ever get a house in Cleveland or no?
Shit, yeah, I'll buy it.
You still
I'll
going
have
back there?
Yeah, I'll have a home in Cleveland. Like it'll be like far away from the peoples, but it'll be there somewhere. It'd be a
You
nice.
still have family there? Or
Oh yeah,
For sure.
did any of your family move down here, or is it like?
So my uncle moved to he's in Dallas, and my auntie moved down here for a while, but she dipped, so it's like she's not here anymore.
So you said you moved down here when you're like 15. Like, is there like any particular reason why you moved down here? Like, why? What made you pick like Austin? I mean, obviously you didn't have like the
Like,
choice in
Yeah,
there.
I was
But
about to say my parents actually. It was interesting before we moved here that we were actually gonna move to Phoenix because that's
Really?
where my mom. That's where my mom had like. I think she got accepted by somebody for what she was doing in nursing and all that. So at first it was gonna be Phoenix, Arizona, and then it ended up being here. And we came here for my mom, honestly. I think, and then my dad had to restart as well and just pick up, like right when we got here. Like we just picked up everything and just came here. We didn't really have much.
You have any siblings?
Yeah, I got 3 sisters.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm the only boy.
Man,
Oldest, youngest, or
I'm
middle?
the second oldest.
Okay.
for sure.
how was that?
Yeah,
I was being the only boy.
about to say.
So like I had to find out a lot of things about like how to respect women and like how not to put your hands on women. Honestly, being the only boy with like 3 women, with having 3 women around taught me a lot. Taught me a lot and how to respect women a lot more than like I even like did at times, to be honest. So yeah.
For sure.
With your music, obviously I know that you're constantly making music, always doing this, maybe not in the studio all the time, but always writing or doing these things. And I'm assuming you already have music that's in the vault. Like what's the process of like you releasing that type of music and what you are kind of keeping like in the vault?
That's a good question.
Yep.
That's a great question. But honestly, I would say for like what I'm releasing and what I'm keeping, I've honestly released all my old music. Like it's just out right now. I haven't really released anything new. So the stuff that I'm keeping right now is all new, but I'm keeping it because I'm trying to build up a certain like a different type of catalog for my audience, honestly. So I'm trying to show them something different, even from like just when I started. I also wanted to look more professional. So I'm doing projects right now. Really, like that's what I would call it.
Like you're
so
not
that's
just
why
releasing like singles and stuff.
right. So I'm trying to just like if it ain't really like honestly right now I haven't even been focused on the music really. I've been focused on like the business side of things, like ATD and all that. But each day I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I think about is music. So I'm thinking about releasing some stuff, but I want to like get it together for people first, make it special.
And I feel like obviously like that's what like a lot of people don't understand either. Like, but when people are releasing music or when they're artists, like, oh, it's not the time yet,
Yeah.
Like it's like already like this music has been done, but it's not how I want it to be yet,
Yeah, bro.
like at the time or like the rollout for it, I guess.
And honestly, like it's back to what you said. Like it's to the point where it's like it's not the time. Like it be deep when it come to timing. Like sometimes it's just not the time, and it's not the time. Like I got new music, but it's not the time to drop it.
Gotcha.
And the timing I'll know when the timing's right. Like the time will be when the time will be.
So like how many songs do you think? How many unreleased songs do you have right now?
Shit, honestly, bro, I got a lot of unreleased music, but like music that I want to give to like the world, I would say like as of right now, I have like 10
Ones that you want to put on a
like,
project
yeah,
that you would.
yeah.
Okay.
But like musical wise, like I got my goal. Like I said, like I wanted to get like past 100. So like I passed it. Like I got a lot of music.
So, like, whenever you're like kind of like packaging all your songs up together, do you go through and like say, "Hey, I'm gonna record like 5 songs, 6 songs, whatever," focus on basically like kind of I don't want to say topic, but kind of like a moods like that. So say like I'm gonna do like a slower like R&B kind of thing. do you go and record 6 songs like one after another over time, or do you just kind of record what you're feeling and then basically later on you go through and kind of pick out what songs you want to package together and
So
kinda do
when
it
it
that
comes to like my music, bro, I think the way that I package those together is more so through what I go through in life. So if something's going on with me or like some shit's happening, then like those are the packages that I'll give to the world. Like that's what they'll get. Like so I don't know how to really explain. Like say like I went through a heartbreak and then like I'll be like, oh man, fuck. Now I gotta go make some music about some heartbreak shit. And then like I'll write 3 songs at home about some heartbreak stuff, and then like I'll go to the studio and make 3 songs, and then like I'll single them and drop them as singles. Like that's how it would go.
Okay, for sure. What about the music videos?
Ooh.
Honestly, I need to have more. Like we made some. I have some music videos, but they're not to the quality of where I want them to be. And honestly, to be honest, I know like we gotta get it how we gotta get it. So I would want somebody that would actually like be super down to really just like record for somebody, to be honest, like, and actually like be like, okay, like I want to be able to record these guys because they're this serious and I'm not serious. Even though I'm not making money, like let's make this dream come together and come true, so that way we can get to this money. But you know, we don't really have guys like that are really like that have that sense of urgency that want to get to it. So we just got to get to it how we get to it right now.
For sure.
So just going more into like the way you like promote your music and stuff like that. Is there any specific way you go about doing that, or is there something that
since I don't want to be like famous, like, and I don't really care for it, the way that I promote my music is I'll just release it to the world and say like whoever listens to it, like, and whoever wants to listen to it will. I really don't. I never really focused honestly on like being famous in a while. Like I did when I first started. Like that's why I started, because I was like, I saw a young boy and I was like, oh shit, like he started when he was 15, blah blah blah. Like that's cool. Now he's making this and that. But as I started getting deeper into it, and it became more about the art, I guess like I stopped wanting to like just drop it for people to hear me. Like I was like, all right, like I don't know, I'm not going for that. So I just kind of drop periodically or whenever.
so you don't care about being famous, like you don't really?
Nah, I just think that like Z told me, like there's been a couple times where I want to quit music, bro. Like I'm tweaking on some shit. I'm like woo woo woo, and like he was like, bro, that'd be selfish, because like certain people need to hear what you have to say, and I believe in that too. So that's why I be dropping the music, so like certain people can hear, because I know I'm not the only one that feels how I feel. So yeah.
Yeah, you trying to give back.
Yeah, you got to, right?
For sure. Have to.
Hits a little different, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's partly why we're trying to build up that platform as well. Because we want to like promote local Austin artists, give them like an easier little way into that.
Right,
Yeah.
Because when we were, coming up, like we didn't really have that, somebody to like lean on, I guess you could say, like somebody who would promote you, actually get you views, get you certain, level of eyes and stuff like that. So I feel like for Sai, I mean, I'm kind of speaking for him right now, but I feel like that's also partly why he's working on this more, because he also wants to build that up so he can build up his music.
We really,
Yeah, so it goes,
really
like-
care about like going into what Zach said. We really care about how we help people, because like we didn't get that help. Number one, number two, we have the materials to help, and we're not gatekeepers, so we're not trying to hold information or not help somebody.
Yeah.
And if we can, then we will. And a lot of people don't even have the information to help themselves, so we're trying our best to gain as much information as we can so we can help other people.
That's through everything, like music, business, whatever.
Yeah,
Life.
That's always been something ever since like I've met y'all. Like that was like huge for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like giving back and helping people out, and showing that like, oh, like you can do this. Like, and like, yeah, bro. You, like, and that's what it really comes down to, bro. Is like you kind of need someone to show like these like kids and like even like young adults, you know what I mean? Like there's people out there that are like wanting to aspire to do these things that they're seeing, but like I don't even know how to, you know? And it's like, oh, like we could show you.
And that shit's
Yeah.
like that right there, like it gets even deeper right there too, because I feel a lot of people don't do what they really want to do because they're too busy thinking about this and that, and they're always getting pulled in all these different directions, but they never really took the time to be like, what do I want to do? And that's when life gets deep, because a lot of people dive into life way too quick. They have kids, they're getting married, and all this other stuff. So they never really took the time to be like, what do I want to do for real? And how can I make these things happen? So I guess just that being that inspiration as well is pretty deep.
Fire, dude. It's amazing. That's why, like, you know, what y'all got going on, it's just a matter of time, man. You
Yeah,
know, like I
yeah.
said, y'all just gotta, like, you know, I tell you this all the time, Si, as well. It's like, just kind of let it happen, you know, like don't try to rush too much stuff. Like, you know, I understand y'all want to get to where you want to get to, but you also have to realize that it takes time and that like it's not, and you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know,
Yeah,
that type
dude.
shit. Like
Right.
it is all part of building, like
The journey.
that you have to go through the hardships, you know. So
Yeah.
it's dope seeing like all the things that y'all got going on, because it's kind of what I was like going through in certain parts of my journey as well, and you know what we've been trying to build over here, you know. So it's, you know, being able to get y'all on and kind of chop it up about all that is amazing.
For sure.
you know?
And like going off of what Zach said, like the journey, like ATownDown's motto is like the journey to finding ourselves began here. So yeah, like it, you know, it's about the journey. Like we're a one-stop shop for Austin culture and merchandise, bro. Like
That's
we're
fire.
really trying to get it like that.
And we're gonna look at this like 5-10 years, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
that-
for sure.
yeah,
It's-
that's gonna be
it's-
lit.
It's like I was trying to teach you about that, like this whole thing's like that about the, because he's like, man, he's like, you know, I've been hanging out with y'all, it's like that. He's like, yeah, like they've been busting bus trying to get everything done, it's like that. I was like, and like yeah, they're trying to like get things done, it's like that. I was like, yeah, like there's nothing wrong with that per se, but it's like, you know, enjoy the journey, because I mean, one day you're gonna look back and I'm like, man, like I took, you know, that like being in that spot and that position for granted.
Right.
So
exactly.
it's like, you know,
yeah.
life's gonna get crazier. Like you said, basically, like, you know, people getting, or yeah, I think you said
Getting married, yeah.
getting married, it's like that. And then basically, you know, you're looking back, I'm like, man, like, I wish I like would have like relaxed just a little like back then, because like it's not a race, it's the marathon.
Right.
I was like, 'cause,
Shout out
you know,
Nipsey.
yeah. Because like, you know, if you try to go full steam like all the time, you're just gonna burn yourself out.
Yeah, bro. And we just
Hey,
what's up?
I was about to say, this shit's crazy because like we literally just had that conversation about that on Sunday,
Yeah.
and like that he wasn't even there.
there, yeah.
did,
He
like,
brings it into
yeah, we all, bro, yeah, we're all going through it, bro.
For sure. I was gonna say, like, I mean, for you, Sai, would you say like this marathon, this journey, like you feel like you're on the right path as of right now? You feel like you're doing what you need to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this
Talk your shit a little bit, bro, yeah.
This is the calmest I've ever felt in life, actually, which is crazy because my life's always been fucking chaotic as fuck, especially like in my head space. So like for like the first time in a long time, it's like it's straight for the most part. Bro. It's not.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
that's-
know what
that's
you're
good to
trying to
hear.
achieve.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
You
That's
feel like
great
you have
to
some
hear.
like direction in life now, like kind of like thing. Like, okay.
And it's honestly interesting how it works, because slowly there was always being direction, but like you just can't always see it. Like I was taking the steps slowly, but couldn't always tell.
Yeah, facts.
We
That was
were
lit.
talking about off camera. I said I wanted to talk about how you used to be a little famous. Exactly what was it that you were famous in, and how did that happen?
Shit, I was on TikTok. I was like, it happened by me posting dance videos actually, because I enjoyed dancing. When I saw them making TikTok dances, I was like, this shit easy. Like it wasn't like, you know, pop locking and shit. Like it was. I was like, easy, like let's get it done. So I just started. That's how I started doing it actually, and I was on it like every day. I would fall asleep with that bitch in my hand, and then I would like wake up to it and just start scrolling again. Like that's how it went.
Yeah. So like you would just like post yourself dancing, like doing the challenges and stuff like that. And like, how many like followers did that get to? Like, how much did you get from doing that?
So I was only making like, this is where it got interesting. I was only getting like 2 to 3 followers, I would say, and then I was. Shout out to this person or whatever. Actually, nah, fuck that. I ain't gonna say no names, but I was with this girl or whatever, and we posted this video, and I was between her legs, and then that shit just blew up.
Hey, yo.
'Cause,
Really?
Yeah, it was like a sexual video. Like, it was interesting. It was
Shit,
funny.
there's a clip of that for sure.
Yeah, like it may still be out. Like, we were talking about something, I forgot, but it blew up, and after that, I kept posting, and then I kept using like her on my posts, and then we got a group together, and then we started posting together, and then blowing up even more, and then we started meeting up with creators that was also pretty high up there, and then we just kept going up from there.
Interesting. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So like, so you were like a part of a content group. Like, how is that? Like, what is?
Shit, bro.
What is
I'm
the
not
process
gonna lie. That it felt like a movie again. Like, that was the life. Like, I felt free. We weren't really we weren't really being like watched by parents or anything. We were just getting to some money and talking to a bunch of hoes and shit like that. Like, that was it.
Okay, I guess so. Going into like the money side of it, like how does that work? Like how?
So you would hop on live, and kids would just gift you these little these gifts that they have on TikTok, and then depending on which gift they gifted you, that's how much money you made.
Really?
Like, and there were some that were like, I forgot the price lines of them, but they would like gift you that one like 8-10 different times, and you'd be at like $200 in like an hour.
God damn, bro.
What was the most you ever made in like one live stream?
Shit, like, I want to say it wasn't like in one live stream. It was like kept going live 500, like just like going on and going off, going on and going off. I should have took more, and the thing was I didn't take advantage of it at the time. I didn't really process how I could have got up off of that shit for real, because I definitely could have had some M's from TikTok for sure.
Compared on your fucking Addison Rae type shit.
And that's why I quit, because I didn't want that shit. I didn't want to be on some Addison Rae type shit. Like, she deep in TikTok, but I was deep in it, but not deep. Like, I wasn't deep to the point where like I still could stop. Like, I was at like 100 and something K.
Shit, that's still a lot though.
That's a lot of people.
He's like, yo. So like, you were doing this like right when TikTok came out, or like what year exactly?
Shit.
You remember?
Shit, bro. Honestly, I don't even remember. I don't think I started right when it came out. I think I just saw an ad on Instagram or something. I forgot where I saw it, but I was like, shit, TikTok's where everybody at. I was seeing females and shit, so I just downloaded the app and got to it.
Got to, bro.
Hey, honest man.
Ain't much shit.
Yeah.
That's an honest man right there.
I see baddies. I download
Yeah,
that.
bro.
Look at
Hey, they teach you a couple things like in like marketing class. The number one thing, you know what sells the most?
sex.
Sex sells.
Man,
That's why you download the app. Think about it this way. That's why you download the app. That's why you blew up.
hell yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Big cock Scott right there. You're goddamn right, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't even like. I guess you could say my head got a little bigger during that time period, because females were but like females were definitely like fucking with me for some reason. They were like, oh my god, like they'll put the baby emoji and be like, and I'd be like, oh shit, like y'all fuck with me for real, like okay. So I really started posting even more, because that was bringing women in through the door. Like I was like, shit, this shit lit.
So like, I'm just curious now. Like, how many views were you getting per like TikTok
So I was
that you
getting
posting?
I was getting a lot. I don't really remember like, because each video would get different, but I would get like
like average, I guess.
average. I would say like 30K, 40K views.
Was that like? Did that like? Did you understand that? Like damn,
In
this is like
context,
30.
or, like-
Yeah, like
Hell yeah, like
you
I
under.
would, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not one to be cocky, but I just feel like I was born for this shit. Like I ain't really I don't fold under that kind of pressure. Like I only stopped because I ain't want to be in the TikTok.
Like you didn't want to be in that lane.
Yeah,
You didn't
like,
want to be a
yeah,
TikToker.
I didn't want to be in that lane. So that's why I quit. But I feel like I didn't really fold under pressure. Like kids would be saying whatever, but it's like
Whatever.
Like what the fuck am I supposed to do about
Yeah.
that? That was one thing I've always kind of been cool with. I never cared about like people that were outside of my circle.
I agree.
Yeah, bro.
100%.
You gotta care about the people around you.
Yeah, like, I care about who cares about me type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like other than like random, like even like I feel like I'm kind of, or like not just me, but like we'll post stuff. You know, we're posting all these things, and like people will comment and shit. I'm like, bro, like you're someone on the internet that doesn't even know me, so it doesn't matter. Like I don't really care what you say.
They be
Like
internet thugging
like,
and just
yeah, and like I'm the
people.
type of dude I'll reply to you. Like I don't really care. Like you know,
Jeez.
like
Yeah.
me personally, not not PCT.
Yeah,
nothing
like CJ, yeah.
CJ.
I got you.
I ain't got shit to lose. So
I feel
I'm
that.
me, so I'm gonna say what I gotta
respect
say.
that.
But like, no, yeah, I think we're kind of getting to that point now too, and it's like, bro, like, you just have to understand, like, and that's what I'm going back to, like, oh, just do this stuff you love because like
Right.
you're gonna get hated on. Like people aren't gonna fuck with
right.
you. It's just a part of life. Like
Right.
you
If
can't
ain't
please
getting
everyone.
hated on, and you ain't doing something right.
Exactly. So it's
Yeah,
like,
dude.
like going through that, it's like, okay, like as long as you got your boys with you, and not, like I said, I'm kind of like the same way. Like I don't really care what anybody else says besides the people that I care about.
Right.
You know, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Shit's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
I was gonna say, like, what are some of your next steps, I guess, in life in the next, year, 6 months, whatever timeline you want to draw out in your head?
Shit, when you say in the next 6 months, like it's really, I'll be thinking ATD. Like,
Okay,
that's
cool.
That's where my head is. Like
Yeah.
in the next 6 months, like we're trying to have that shit up and running, or at least able to get it up and running to the point where it's like, let's go. We can have stuff ready for kids to put on, because it's not even for us, like we said. Like,
Yeah.
it's for them. Like we want to do this for the kids.
Yeah. Anything with the music?
Honestly, yes. Like I have some stuff that I want to put out for y'all. Honestly,
Yeah, we
I'm
need
gonna
it,
do
man.
I'm gonna do it soon. Honestly, I'm seeing how my life is, how things are turning out, and then I'm going off of that. I'm going to throw them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you feel, this is also a question about your music, do you feel like you need to go through some of your life, obviously, to create the music content that you're making? Because obviously you got to live, do some things, go through some things to make some new stuff. So what's your opinion on that? Is that also why it takes some time?
I think music takes time for me personally, because I have to live still and still keep growing, and the kind of music that I want to make is pretty deep. So in order for me to make that music, I gotta be diving deep through my life. But I'm not always deep diving, so I can't always make that kind of music. So I can't always be making music.
Fair,
Like it.
fair.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I guess one last thing from me. Is there anything you have to say to the audience? Any words of wisdom or last
we gotta see the haters.
notes?
No, I'm just kidding.
Shit, I would say for all the people watching, I would really do. If I were y'all, I would try y'all's best to just be yourself, honestly, and figure out who you really are, and don't listen to what anybody else really has to say, because honestly, you have all the answers inside of yourself, and sometimes, a lot of the times, people don't tell you that, and a lot of the times, I don't think people know that, but honestly, a lot of people are always talking about this and talking about that and telling you their opinion, but their opinion really doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It's really tiny and small. It's like, honestly, we don't matter as much as we think we do. So I would just say, stay true to yourself and really try to just figure out who you are.
Well, bro.
Ladies and
Well
gentlemen,
said.
the one and only ThirdEyeSy. I think that was a great way to end off this
bro.
pod.
sure.
Is there anything else y'all boys would like to say? Or
Do you have any questions for us?
It's my brother.
Honestly, if I did have a question for y'all,
shit, always reach
it
out.
would it would be what do y'all trying to gain from y'all's podcast? Like, what are y'all trying to gain from even having me here and having kids like me in this position?
Oh, that's easy. As soon as I heard you finish that, I was like, that's easy. Really, I just trying to share, like, put people on like that, trying to like get their name out there. Honestly, like, because my whole thing is I told CJ like that. I was like, I want to like, this is CJ's dream with doing this like that. I was like, I want to support my friend, help him get to where he wants to be, like that. And I was like, I want to help other people that want to get to like where they want to be, like that. At the end of the day, because I mean, you're so much happier in life if you just get to where you want to be in life. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
and I'm not saying like rush it out there and try to get there. It's like that. I'm saying like.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Say it in the background.
I know.
I didn't mean to ruin your
They're
moment.
Hey,
goofy.
go back to what he said. It's you because he got some haters in the back. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, you're not even know.
Shout out the
Yeah.
boys. Shout out the boys back
Nah,
there.
we love y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just help people get to where they want to be in life. Like that's the main thing.
Damn, that's simple. Yeah, I like
hard.
that.
Yeah, I like that.
That's hard.
I think
Deep
for
and
me, it's
simple.
just like, when we get another, not even just creative, just someone that like is doing something they like just love doing in their
Right.
life. I like building the community, bro.
Right.
Like I feel like every person, like, and we don't really think, or I mean, sometimes I guess I don't really think about it, but like when we get someone on the pod, it's just deeper than just being on a pod.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people really think about that. Like obviously we've known each other for a while now, and
Yeah.
like now we have you on the pod, so it's like obviously it's like we had a relationship prior
Previous,
to
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like we're just getting people on a pod and like that's that.
Right,
Like
yeah.
I usually like people that I
yeah.
get on the pod, like I want to have conversations with them. Like
Right.
they're people that like I actually genuinely like enjoy being around. You know what I mean? And it's more than just like you have these followers or you have whatever going on in your like, and I'm trying to piggyback off of like, nah, bro. It's like it's not even like that. Of course, that's cool and all, but like, nah, it's deeper than that, bro. Like, I want to really build a community.
It's a
and, like,
mutual thing.
Yeah, like I want to be able to
Even
help
exchange.
each other out.
I
Like,
love that.
especially people that actually do enjoy like what we do. Like not even just podcasts. Like we do so much other things outside of this that like people are like starting to see now. So it's like, oh, we fuck with that. Like we want to support y'all. It's like bet. Like
That's hard.
You know what I mean? Like we could get together, hop on a pod, just chop it up about anything. Like that's what I try to tell people. It's not just like, oh, you have to be doing these things. Like I don't really care what you do. Like you just be like one of the boys. Like it doesn't matter.
yeah.
I just like to have conversations with people at the end of the
bro.
day.
Like, we don't even have to do interviews. It's just like if you want to come on like and shoot the shit.
Yeah, shoot
like,
the shit. Like maybe we have like a discussion. Like
Yeah,
a
just
topic.
talk. Yeah,
Like,
talk
that's
about
what
it.
I more want PCT to be.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And not
yeah.
just
That's hard.
podcast.
That's
Yeah,
hard. That's
Park Car
hard.
Talks, bro.
I
Like
that. For ATD, we have this saying where we say like the connections are more important than the money that you'll ever make.
that's
So
facts. That is a
I
fact.
appreciate.
Hey,
that's
bro.
what-
I
That is
appreciate
a
this
fact.
right here
Oh,
because
absolutely.
everything you just said and everything you just said all went together with that. So
Yeah, we appreciate you, bro, for hopping on for real. I appreciate
y'all both for being
Yeah, I
here.
was saying, I
Yeah.
appreciate you personally what both of y'all have provided, not even just for PCT, but like for me, as a man,
Yeah.
like seeing like, oh, like I can like, I'm not even where I want to be yet, and I can still affect people in a great way that like I didn't even think was possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like we're
bro.
at the end of the day, like we're just kind of recording shit.
Yeah,
like I
right,
didn't,
yeah,
so it's
yeah.
cool to see that I could be any type of help for anyone,
Yeah, like we be talking about it off camera all the time, but CJ's like he's helped us a ton. Like we wouldn't be anywhere close to where we're at right now if it wasn't
Right.
for this dude. So
Yeah.
definitely we got to give you your flowers always.
Appreciate it,
And that's
bro.
why we always try to.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate you, bro. That's
sure.
and that's what I'm saying. It's dope. It's dope to finally get you especially Sai, but like especially for you.
Yeah,
like we
have
shot
it.
your pod.
Yes, dude.
It might have been like a year ago.
Yeah, I was about to say it was a while ago.
It might have been a year ago.
Over a year ago.
Yeah. So and like we had like I tell you, we have all these things that you got to go through. Forgetting and I think we forgot to
Yeah.
record. So it's like
It don't even matter, bro.
know,
It's just
but-
seeing the progression. That's what it's about.
It's all part of it, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
we appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for hopping on. If y'all like this podcast, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go follow us on all social medias. If you made it this far,
Give us 5 likes.
what would you like for the comments or the viewers to comment?
shit, if y'all made it this far, just comment like how y'all really feel. honestly. I don't really know what else to say. Comment how you feel about the podcast or like about what was being said and did it touch you? Did anything that we said, was it informational, or were you able to acknowledge what was being said and then use it? So yeah, like comment that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
For sure.
And we'll see y'all next Monday, I guess.
All right,
Peace.
peace.
Woo!
Gang.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.